What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm wearing two different eye looks, and the reason for this being is this is what I came up with to turn my brother's mess from the Brother Does My Makeup Tag video into an eye look. So this is what I did with what Tuskern did, and this is what I did with what Benjamin did. And then I just added a red lip. So what I did for this video is I took everything but the eyes off, and I fixed up the eyes with leaving as much of the product that they put on there as I possibly could, and just adding a couple of things and removing just like a little bit up here and like in here and stuff, and then kind of adding my own little twist to it. And then I popped on the rest of my makeup and applied some red lipstick to go with the eye looks. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. What's up, guys? So as I said in the intro, I'm going to be turning the eyeshadow that my brothers did on my face for the Brother Does My Makeup Tag into a look. I'm going to do a different look on each side of my face using each eyeshadow look that they did. They actually didn't do terribly. I honestly expected worse. Not not in a mean way, but I expected worse because they've never touched makeup in their lives. And they've never watched a video in their life. So, that being said, sorry, there's powder still everywhere from where my brothers were playing with stuff. That being said, let's get started. Okay, we're going to start on this eye, because honestly this eye intrigues me more because there's more to it. So, I'm going to pull my mirror over here in front of me so I can see what I'm doing. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going to kind of blend that out a little bit more. I'm going to take a makeup wipe I have over here. I wiped all the stuff on my face off, because that I am going to do a different thing on. But I'm leaving most of his eye makeup off, but I'm taking it off anywhere that I don't want it. Like, I don't want it on my brow bone, and I don't want it out here or in here. So I wiped that off. And now I'm just going to kind of blend that out a little bit. We're going to smoky eye on the side, and because this is a more natural eye look, I'm going to do a natural eye over here and a smoky eye over here. I think that'll be fun. Okay, so let's see. There's going to be a lot of me wiping off my brushes because they use like eyeshadow brushes for highlighters and bronzers and all kinds of stuff. So, where did my palette go? I'm going to go with my Estee Lauder palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Unrivaled, I believe is the shade. Actually, no, sorry, it's Decadent Copper. It's this third shade in here on the top row. I'm going to kind of pop that up there, kind of give it a more shimmery kind of shine to it, and I'll add another darker color in there with it to keep it dark. So where is this palette? Okay, I'm going to go with the L'Oreal Studio Secrets Professional Color Smokes eyeshadow in the shade Cobalt Smokes, and I'm going to go in with the darkest shade in the palette on that same brush. Kind of add that to the outer corner. And then I'm going to smoke that out and blend it in a little bit with my Wet n Wild brush. Now, because this is what they did, there is no primer on my lid. So that's a step I would suggest. I would also suggest going back to watch the other video. They don't tell you what they use, but for the most part you can kind of see, and on a couple items he does kind of say what he uses, and one of my brothers does kind of say what he uses, and it's because he's reading the products to kind of see what they are. So there's that. And now I'm going to go in, where is it? I'm going to go in, I think I'm going to go in with this. Yeah, I am. I'm going to go in with my It Girl eyeshadow palette from Ulta on a packing brush. On a flat packing brush. I'm going to pat that onto the lid and hope it shows up because it's really dark right there. So there we go. Now we're going to take the Wet n Wild brush and blend that out, just like that. It's not actually half bad, but I think it's a little high up on this corner over here, so we're going to kind of bring that down just a little bit. Much better. Okay, just kind of smoke all that out so it still gives that smoky eye effect. He really did try to do the eyeliner. He figured out what the eyeliner was and that it went on an eye, but he kind of took it through the crease, which actually worked out pretty well. It works really well with the smoky eye. So now we're going to go in and do this eye. He put concealer on this eye, but he didn't set it. So what I'm going to do, and they were also doing a lot of their eye blending with this, so there's a lot of product still on some of these sponges. Actually, I'm not going to use that anymore. I'll wash that one before I use it again for that purpose. I'm going to take this one. It's cleaner. I'm going to kind of tap in that concealer that kind of shows up under the eyeshadow that was creasing, and then I'm going to take my Airspun loose face powder, just a very tiny bit of it, to kind of set my concealer on the eyelid. He used the Tarte concealer on the eyelid. I'm just going to pop it on the crease though. I'm not going to put it everywhere, just on the crease. Gosh, this table is a mess. So, we're going to take this now and we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to go in with this CoverGirl palette here. It's their CoverGirl Eyeshadows Professional Color Match in the shade, and the shade of the palette is Country Woods. I'm going to go in with, just a minute, there's makeup on the bottom of it covering up the names. Okay, I'm going to go with the shade Barely Beige. It's a matte kind of nude shade. I'm going to go in on my blending brush, my fluffy brush from BH Cosmetics, and pop that up in the crease as a kind of like transition type shade. And there's the eyeshadow he used on my eye. I know he used this pink. Okay. He used this like pinkish shade. It's kind of like a pinky nude. Gosh, these things squeak so bad when I open them. Okay. I'm going to pop that on the lid to add more to what he did. To his credit, I thought he was going to make me look like a clown to be done with it, but halfway through the video he stopped making me look like a clown, cleaned up what he did and redid it. And just really started trying. I was quite shocked, to be honest, because he's been telling me for weeks that he was going to make me look like a clown and laugh in my face. Which is why a lot of my friends and family were telling me I was very brave. I'm going to go in with the same palette. I'm going to go in with this angled brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to go in with the shade Coffee from that CoverGirl palette. It's the dark, I think it's like it's the darkest shade of brown right here. I'm going to pop that in right there in a kind of V shape, which is why I love this brush, is because it gives that perfect V shape. Not the brush I'm looking for, this is the brush I'm looking for. I'm going to go in with that Wet n Wild brush and fluff that out. So, that glitter I put on my lid and the one he did, it's still there. The color's kind of still there, but the glitter itself is gone. So I'm going to put something else there to kind of fix it. Just got eyeshadow all up under my finger. Because he really roughly used this eyeshadow and then left the brush a mess. So there we go. Now I'm going to use that flat brush from my Naked 3 palette. I'm going to go in with the shade Dust. I'm going to pack that onto the lid. There we go. I'm going to have to do some serious brush cleaning once it's done. Blend that out. Okay, I kind of want a slightly darker shade on that outer corner. Let me see. Yeah. I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Wear Infinity Earthscape palette. I've used this on multiple occasions. I'm going to go with that same brush that I used for that darker color, and I'm going to go in with that color on the bottom left corner. It's not the darkest brown, but it's next to the darkest brown. I'm going to pop that in that outer corner, because I feel like that'll give me more depth and dimension there. It's not bad. Okay. There we go. So there we go. There's a smoky eye and a natural eye. So now we're going to pop on some makeup. We're going to go in with my, I'm going to go with my green Maybelline Cover Stick Color Corrector Concealer in the shade Green. And I'm going to apply that in a couple places to cover up some pinkness, because, you know, all that rubbing on my face where they were cleaning up their mess, or when I was from where I washed my face earlier, kind of shows. Specifically on this side, because this is the side my youngest brother was working on. And so when he wiped off my face, instead of using tissue like I told him to do if he was going to clean up my face so it wasn't so rough, he used a paper towel that was sitting there for wiping brushes off. Because I set out all my makeup products that I own, and I told him to have at it. Which, in hindsight, was probably not the smartest idea. I probably should have left all my more expensive products in the case so they couldn't mix them up, but they did. And I really hope he didn't get too much eyeshadow in my concealer tube, because he used Tarte concealer on top of my eyeshadow. But I don't think it'll be too much of an issue, because it usually comes out pretty thick, and he didn't wipe it off at all, so he basically just tapped on a bunch of the excess from the stick on there. Anyway, so on to the next step. We're going to go in with, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation Matte and Poreless in the shade 105. I was honestly shocked to know that neither one of them touched my foundation. They messed with my green concealer and my Tarte concealer, but they didn't touch my foundation or my regular concealer. Here's the bottom. This is the one my brother used for blush. So in hindsight, I probably shouldn't use it for foundation. I'm going to use this one because they didn't touch the end of this one. these poor sponges. I'm going in with my Real Technique sponge and just kind of blending all of that out. Dragging that down my neck. Okay. Okay. Concealer. Where's my concealer? Okay. I'm gonna take my CoverGirl concealer in the shade Fair under my eyes, like I normally do. Going right up under the eye, down the nose, and then 2 stripes kind of fanned out down the nose and forehead. Fan that out. And across on my chin. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Tarte concealer, if I can find it. It's right here. Put that up. I was right, there's no other products on this brush, on this sponge, or on the tip of this. Okay. Tap that up under my eye where that other concealer is to kind of lighten that up. Tap a little bit in the center of the forehead, on the tip of the nose, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and on the chin. And then just blend that out. I've had people ask me before why I don't ever use brushes with my cream products, and the reason being is no matter what brush I've used, no matter what technique I've used when using those brushes, my makeup always seems to come out looking very streaky, and just it doesn't look good. So I think it looks more natural and more, what's the word, more clean looking when I use a blender. So that's just how I do mine. There are people who seem to have no issues with brushes, but it may just be the texture of my skin or it could be any number of factors, but I've never had any good luck with a brush in my cream products. So I use brushes for my eyeshadow and maybe a couple other things, but everything else I use a beauty blender for, cream wise. What was I about to do? Oh, I was about to set my concealer. Sorry, it's been a long day and my mind keeps going blank. Okay, so I'm just going to tap that powder there and let it sit there to bake for a little bit while I do the rest of my face after I get it under my other eye. Okay. Okay, so now that that's done, while that's baking, I'm going to bronze. Where is my bronzer? I know it's over here because my brother used it. Okay, there it goes. I'm using my BH Cosmetics and my Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, and just going across the temple and down the sides of my face, down the sides of my head, down the sides of my face to the just under my cheekbones. There we go. Now I'm going to go with a blush. I'm going to go in the blush I haven't gone in with for a while. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Baked Blush in the shade Peachy Cheeky. My brother actually used this in the other video. That's what he used the bottom of that other sponge for. Yep. This blush does have a lot of shimmer in it compared to what all the other ones I used. It actually almost looks like a highlighter, but it's not. It's a blush. Sorry. Let's see. I'm going to wipe that off because my brother used my face blending brush in the Jaclyn Hill highlighter and just kind of went all over the side of my face with it. I was shining like a diamond, I'll tell you that. Okay. Now I'm just going to blend all that out and wipe off that excess powder while I'm at it. Okay. Now I'm going to take, where is it? I forgot one thing with that bronzer. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics eyeshadow brush and take that bronzer down the sides of my nose. Just like that. And there we go. Just blend that out. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go in and do my brows real fast. I'm going to wipe off this brush because he used it for eyeshadow. Okay. I'm going to go with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the shade Taupe, using that lighter shade as always, and just filling in my brows with that angled BH Cosmetics brush. Okay. Now, where's my, okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the Jaclyn Hill highlighter, Champagne Pop, on my cheekbones. Okay. wipe this off. Okay, and then I'm going to take that blending brush again and just kind of blend that out a little bit. Okay, now for my left eye, I'm going to take the shade In Light, I think it is. It's the second light shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette on that top row. I'm going to pop that on the inner corner on my left eye and on the brow bone. Okay, and then on my right eye, I'm going to take the white shade from the L'Oreal Cobalt Smokes palette that I used earlier. I used that really dark blue shade. I'm going to take that white shade on the inner corner on my right eye. And on the brow bone. And then I'm going to go in and blend that. Okay, now I'm going to take that flat brush that I always do my under eye with, and I'll wipe it off because I used it earlier when I was doing my makeup for a wedding I went to. Okay, I'm going to go in with the dark brown shade in this palette for the under eye on my left eye, otherwise known as the natural looking eye. And I'm not going to take it all the way in, just about halfway. Okay, now on the other eye, I'm going to take that dark blue shade that we used. Okay, so I'm going to take that dark blue on that lower lash line. I'm going to go all the way across on this shade. And there we go. Now I'm going to go back in with that white again to kind of intensify my inner corner just a little bit. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's the wrong brush. I'm really glad I did not touch that anywhere. I'm just going to go through and blend all that out. There we go. There was like a little smudge on the inner corner of something, and I don't know what it was, but it was dark and it was bothering me. Okay. So now I'm going to take, y'all seen me do this trick before where if I didn't have my eyeliner on hand, I used an eyeshadow. I don't have my white eyeliner on hand, so I'm actually not going to use the iridescent white though. I want a more matte shade. So this one isn't white, but it's pretty darn close to white. I'm going to take that lightest shade from the NYC Individual Eyes palette that I always use for primer. I'm going to take that, that's the lightest shade, it's the shade for the highlight, and I'm going to take it and put it on my waterline to brighten up that waterline. Just a tad. That way my eyes don't look so closed. So I'm going to go with my Maybelline Eye Studio gel eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black. Using the brush that comes with it, I'm just going to apply that to my waterline on my left eye where that natural eyeshadow is. And there we go. So there we go. I think that's it on the eyes. Oh wait, no. Mascara. Okay, I'm going to go with my CoverGirl Lash Blast Fusion Mascara. I'm almost out of it. I need to go get more. Just hit my bottom and my upper and lower lashes. Get a couple of swipes. More than a couple swipes, a few swipes. Okay. Now, because it's a lipstick color, I think will look great with both. Where is it? I know what color I'm going in with. I just have to find it. There it is. I'm gonna go in with red. This is called Be a Bombshell. It's Be a Bombshell Cosmetics. I don't know if I want to say the name because it's got a cuss word in it, and I really didn't want to cuss on this channel. You know what? It's okay. Shade is called Hot Damn. That's the only way y'all will hear me cussing on this channel is if it's in a title of a cosmetic. Just so y'all know. The reason I went with this shade is because I think it goes really well with both the smoky eye and the natural eye, because it's a pop of color added to the natural eye, whereas a smoky eye, you'll sometimes see people wear smoky eyes with a red lip if they're going out. Okay. Sorry, it didn't look even. It still doesn't. It's like I overcompensated on myself. There we go. My mouth still kind of looks a little crooked. I'm done though. Okay, so there you go. I have completed this look. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell so you know if I'm going to post when I post again, and leave a comment down below. Thanks guys. Bye.